Alright, so for the HEIZOU guide video, so right now I'm using solar pearl, right? Hey, why won't the solar pearl come out? The solar pearl won't come out unless you use this skill. So even charge attacks won't. Oh, I see the solar pearl now. Let's see. Uh-huh. So about the widget or solar pearl. In my opinion, widget and solar pearl are more or less the same and are interchangeable. Depending on it's just a matter of what artifacts you have. But for me, I think Solar Pearl is a lot cooler drip. I mean, look at that. It's the weapon is practically made for HEIZOU. At first, I didn't like the design of HEIZOU, but when I saw Solar Pearl, it instantly clicked. I'm more for the drip and the aesthetics over damage. So even though my third account has Lost Prayer, I think my main account also has Lost Prayer. But I would rather have less damage and have more drip. Well, where's the widget? I don't have a widget on this account. Well, also, just gotta mention, I use sacrificial fragments and full EM build as well. And more or less, it gave me the same results, if not better, with my floor 12 run. So I uploaded 12 an hour video of my whole 9 to 12 abyss run. So for the 4-star weapons, I don't see the widget. Oh yeah, alright here. So the widget can be really broken if it's R5. In my opinion, I think the widget might be kind of better because if you're a long-term player, you will already have a lot of refinements like this for R3 already. If you're a long-time player, my main account has R5 and Yamiko is using it. So that's a slight advantage of widget. But so it's interchangeable. It will now depend on your artifact. So you see here, crit damage. Example, if you are a newer player and you don't have a crit rate headgear built or don't have one, use Solar Pearl and use crit damage headgear. So example, if your headgear is the only best headgear that you have is crit rate, that's like this is pretty broken. For example, okay, this is a Portuguese Virdescent. So you try to balance out the stats, but this is already good. But for example, if you have more crit rate, depends on the artifacts that you need. For example, if you need more crit damage, but you have more crit rate, that's the time when you use the widget. It's just the same, in my opinion. So it's gonna look kind of like this, but it's not the best example. But well, I don't have all day to swap around artifacts. But if you get the point, depends on the stat that you need more. That's how you adjust the weapon. But if I R5 the Solar Pearl, I think the R5 Solar Pearl might be as strong or might be stronger. I don't know, or might be as competitive with the R5 widget. But I am not a theory crafter, so I prefer to go with drip instead, with aesthetics, and test it myself. And I 36 stars with a damage build HEIZOU Solar Pearl and the EM build Sacrificial Fragments HEIZOU. Where's the widget? So for me, if I rank the 4-star weapons of HEIZOU, I will rank Solar Pearl number 1. In my opinion, for the grip, it just looks great on HEIZOU. I think the weapon was made for HEIZOU. And the number 2, I would rank number 2 with it. Even though the buff might be really broken and the crit damage, I mean, I don't want to see a book on my HEIZOU. But that's just me. That's why I rank Witsit number 2. But I'm not sure if it's better than R5 Solar Pearl. I'm not a math guy, I hate math. But as long as it works and I see big numbers, I don't care. And as long as my EFS is 36 stars. Yes, I already did that. I already used level 70 sacrificial fragments with the full elemental mastery on HEIZOU. And even my rotations, my gameplay was bad. I 36 stars Abyss. I think last night or the other day after that. Well, nice. Good for you. So I think the number 3 weapon would be sacrificial fragments, just because of the skill cooldown. So you can have like double successive heart stopper punches. So for my opinion, those are the top 3 4-star weapons of HEIZOU. So let's see if we can get a top 4. I think this might go for top 4. Yeah, I think the number 4 would be. Well, it depends on your build, because it depends on the build and which weapon you're going to use. If you're full EM, use this stuff. If you're attack crit damage, use this one, or Widset. Widset is also good for full EM. It's gonna be hybrid. So I think I will rank number 4 Mare, even though if it's not as cool as this one. This looks as cool as this one. But this weapon is craftable, I think. Yeah, I guess. I can't remember. This is craftable. And this is a good bonus. It's like Iron Sting. You trigger a skill and you get an EM bonus, elemental damage bonus. Yeah, that's why I'm using a DPS Kazuha. Even though my elemental mastery Kazuha is still a DPS, in my opinion. I still play him like a DPS. I yield the same results, and I think the full EM with a full EM Kazuha is more effective, especially if it's a mobs you're against, and it's a very very reactionary team. So I think this weapon would be the top 5, the 5th one in my opinion. If you play this game a long time, so if you see here, I already have like refinement 7, but you can't refine it to 7. Yeah, so you can already have like R5 for this if you play a long time. I'm focusing on the damage because I don't need energy recharge on HEIZOU. Even though I got lucky with energy recharge, it's still 40 energy recharge. You don't need, in my opinion. So let's see. What's the 5th weapon? 6th, top 6. I think I could call this the top 6 because this is versatile. Or this could be like top 5, but I will just top 6 this because I focus more on damage. I don't need energy with Kazuha, but this could be good. This can support the whole team's burst, so this can be the top 6. but I prefer damage. Top 7, this one maybe. So I guess, yeah. So those are the top 7. So yeah, yeah. So I'll just rename the video the top 5. Oh, this one. I don't like this. I would prefer this, but this looks cooler. But this has better stats. Top 8 and then top 9 and then top 10. If you want to have a healer, HEIZOU. If you don't really have a healer on your team. Well, so that covers it for the 4-star weapons.